Okay, guys, I know everybody was expecting Fall of the Equestria Brotherhood. I know everybody was expecting the next part. But bad news is that Lappy, my faithful laptop, kind of had a malfunction and we're trying to fix it. Problem is, the fixing of that took too long and I can't sit through 22,000 word chapter in one sitting this late in the afternoon. It's about 12 when I start recording this. So instead, I'm going to read something short, sweet, simple, and something that everybody's going to love. And tomorrow we'll do Fall and Equestria Brotherhood. Right before Thanksgiving. So, in case you didn't miss the title, here's Last of the Dragonlords by Fireside 20, Chapter 3. Fireside was running through Ponyville, her heart beating against her chest with every stride as she managed to escape the flames. Every building around her was ablaze, and every bush and tree had become a massive flame, and a single touch of the fire had now engulfed Ponyville. She rounded a corner to Sugar Corner, hoping to find her friends there. She only found the building ablaze like the rest of the town, but what horrified her more were the 3 burning buildings that lay outside it. She screamed and ran towards the library, hoping Twilight was there to help her. She passed more bodies, some burning, some not, but all were unrecognizable from their injuries. "Help me!" A quiet whisper came to Fluttershy. She turned her head and saw a unicorn walking towards her. The pony was on fire. "Help me!" Unicorn spoke louder this time. The pony's voice was croaked with damage, but that was still clear enough for Fluttershy to recognize her. "Twilight!" she shrieked. Twilight took another agonized step and collapsed to the ground. Dead. Tears streamed from Fluttershy's eyes. She wanted to stay and do something, but couldn't. The flames were closing in on her as if they were chasing her. She was the one who was getting away, and the flames were not going to have that seemed. With tears running down her face, Fluttershy ran. She had already lost 2 friends by now. She hoped she wouldn't be losing any more today. The moment that thought came to her, dead Pegasus landed in front of her. Fluttershy could see the pony's tail was still recognizable. A rainbow-tailed pony wasn't easy to come by. She ran on past Rainbow Dash by, sobbing all the while. Another friend gone. Fluttershy skidded to an abrupt halt as the sight of an ash pile loomed in front of her. She cried out as she saw, lying a few feet away, the Stetson that Applejack always wore. This sickened her. She had now lost 4 of her friends, and many others she knew by name. She began praying Rarity wasn't dead as well. She arrived at the Carousel Boutique to find it, like all of Ponyville, burning. Her heart lifted when she saw Rarity. Fluttershy leapt to her rescue. Purple Main Friend was on fire. Trying to douse the flames, Rarity was rolling frantically back and forth on the ground. It was doing no good. If anything, the fire grew more intense. "Hold still, Rarity," she shouted. She tried to beat out the flames covering her friend's body, using only her bare hose to do it. Sadly, this effort had no effect on the fire whatsoever. While the final anguish quiet, Rarity died. Fluttershy, however, still didn't stop hitting the flames. "No!" she choked. "Please don't give up. Please don't leave me alone." But Rarity was already dead. Fluttershy looked away and started to run once more. She didn't care anymore where she went. Her friends were dead. Her home was in ruins. To her, there was nothing left to live for. Eventually she came to an alley, one with a dead end. She stopped and sat down in the grass. Tears were streaming down her cheeks, ready to die and join her friends. The flames closed in as she closed her eyes. A gust of wind from behind her got her attention. She opened her eyes and turned her head around. Her eyes turned to mere dots at what was behind her. An eye peered back at her. It was wreathed in flame and a single black pupil in the center, a pupil that was serped like a serpent's. I moved up while a whole head turned to face the cowering Fluttershy. It snarled and showed its teeth. "Tiden innan för att föttas och flamma skall. Just get åka fröden ska bränna. The time has come for our flames to rain. The world shall burn." The creature bellowed and let its head towards Fluttershy, who could only scream. Fluttershy instantly woke up, still screaming with her forelegs falling about as she was trying to defend herself. It took a few seconds for Fluttershy to realize it was a dream and calm down. Her breathing was fast, and her heart pounded against her chest as she felt herself sweating all over. With a hoof, she frightened the crowd and shrugged her back, wiping out the sweat felt trickling down her. Eventually, her breathing slowed down to a more normal pace as she got out of bed. Angel walked up the stairs and located the lamp.
It's okay, Angel. Go back to bed.
Fluttershy said softly. Angel didn't make a move at first. His face spoke of a worry for her. Fluttershy was insistent.
He's dead. Bed! Now!
She snapped. Angel jumped back at her outburst and ran down the stairs. Fluttershy realized what she did and tried to stop him.
Wait, Angel, come back.
She cried after him, but knew he wouldn't be back.
I'm sorry,
she whispered softly. It was mostly to herself. She never really shouted at Angel in anger before. So far as Fluttershy wondered why she did tonight. And that dream, was it a nightmare or something else? She shook her head and decided to wait till morning. She could make it up to Angel by giving him some extra carrots tomorrow morning. Then, went back to bed and closed her eyes, hoping to get some sleep this time. Every time she closed her eyes, however, she saw the creature's burning eyes staring at her. She opened and closed them again and again, hoping for some better dream. But always the same nightmare recurring. Eventually she was too terrified of sleeping again and got out of bed, flew through the bedroom window, outside and sat on the grass, watching the stars and moon, and thinking about why she can't dream anything different. She decided to ask Twilight about it in the morning on this spa visit, but then she remembered Twilight wanted to write a letter about the language she could now speak to Princess Celestia, and see what she says about it. Fluttershy spent the rest of the evening and the early sunrise feeding the animals their care and other work. When she came to Angel, she said to him,
I'm sorry about last night. I understand if you don't forgive me. I won't forgive me either.
She bowed her head and waved for a response. Angel ran up to her and hugged Fluttershy. When we returned to Chester with a smile and rewarded 10 carrots.
Eat as fast as you like. I'll be gone a while, so I'll see you later,
she said gleefully and trotted out the door. Until Fluttershy got into direct contact with the rising sun, she didn't realize how tired she actually felt. Her mane was a mess, her eyes felt heavy, and her coat was extremely pale, mainly due to being outside in the cold. She was shivering. Nonetheless, she continued on, with her head held high and a good stride in her trot. She soon found herself outside the library, and lightly knocked on the door.
I'll be there in just a minute!
A voice called from inside. Twilight's hearing could pick up what Twilight was calling on the second floor. After a minute of waiting, Twilight opened the door, gasping hard upon seeing the Pegasus.
My goodness! Fluttershy! Are you alright?
You don't look good at all. Fluttershy shook her head.
I'm fine, Twilight. Can I come in so I can write the letter to Princess, please?
Twilight shook her head as she moved so she pushed her friend Fluttershy back in. No! Twilight exclaimed. Not in your state. I'll put you in bed so you can rest and sleep. When you're better, then we can write the letter. She started pushing Fluttershy inside, but the Pegasus placed her hose firmly on the ground in a bid to stop Twilight from moving her.
No, please. I'm fine, really. You don't have to do this,
Fluttershy protested, but the unicorn was having none of it and continued pushing her towards the stairs. Suddenly, Fluttershy cried out,
Please don't make me go back to sleep!
Twilight stopped and looked up to see Fluttershy facing her. Her eyes, despite the fatigue in them, showed complete terror for some reason. Twilight looked confused. What happened that makes you not want to go to sleep? Fluttershy went to wait for her and said quietly,
I had a nightmare. A really bad nightmare.
She let it all out there and then.
It was awful. I was going to burn. I saw you, Rainbow, Applejack, Rarity, and Pinkie. Watched you all die in agony. I tried to help, but I couldn't do anything. I just couldn't.
Twilight walked up to the Pegasus and gave her a hug to calm her down. It was just a dream, Fluttershy, nothing more. She tried to reason with her, but Fluttershy shook her head.
No, Twilight, it felt real. I felt everything. My heart and my chest beating, the wind in my mane, the heat in my coat, the screams inside. I felt it hurt and all, and I don't want to go back. Not again.
She buried her head in Twilight's chest. Have you tried dreaming something else? Because you know we can control our dreams, so you must have thought of it. Fluttershy nodded.
I tried. Every time I find myself back in a run Pineville, this creature coming over me.
Fluttershy cried, sounding even more distressed than before. Twilight placed her hoof on her chin and pondered this. This is new, she thought. She always knew that ponies could control dreams. Ponies created the nightmares, so the dreamer would be the one to get rid of them. But this was different. But she knew what to do. She put her hose on Fluttershy's cheek and moved her head so she could look into the Pegasus' teary eyes. Then she spoke. I know what I can do to help you, but I need you to trust me on this. Can you do that? She smiled at her friend, nodded slowly.
Of course I trust you, Twilight.
Twilight smiled, and with her magic picked up Fluttershy and carried her to bed, putting her down, pulling at the bed seats. Comfortable? Twilight asked. Fluttershy nodded and started to close her eyes. Now this won't hurt a bit, but you'll probably be asleep all morning, so you'll miss the spa day. Don't worry, I'll tell Rarity about what happened. Fluttershy nodded, unable to protest now that the tiredness was taking her.
Tell Rarity I'm sorry, please.
She asked Twilight. The unicorn nodded with a smile, placed the tip of her horn on Fluttershy's forehead and activated a spell. Fluttershy closed her eyes and saw the great burning eyes staring at her again. Fluttershy blinked once she opened them again. In a split second, Raven Ponyville was gone. In its place was a large meadow filled with bunnies hopping about joyfully, with birds filling the sky, and a giant rainbow on the horizon. Fluttershy squealed to leap, and died, and started hopping alongside the bunnies. And that's what's happened, Rarity. I looked at her with a small smile on her face, and legs sticking slightly as she was hopping. Twilight finished telling about Fluttershy to the other unicorn, was concerned about the Pegasus' absence, but calmed a little once Twilight explained everything.
Oh, darling, I just feel awful now for leaving her alone,
Rarity said, hanging low. Don't be, Rarity. Twilight comforted her, placing a hand on her shoulder. We should all realize she needed to be with somebody, to help her through something like she had gone through. Twilight paused before adding, Has she ever said anything about a dream like this to you? Rarity thought for a moment. Yes, she's spoken to me about nightmares, and I've comforted her sometimes, but never has she, I recall, had anything disheartened her. The two sat in silence for a moment.
Twilight.
Yeah?
Do you think Fluttershy has changed?
Twilight took a moment to think about this, but eventually shook her head. I just think that after the dragon incident, she wants to try and enjoy life more. What makes you think she's changed? Rarity shrugged.
I don't know. I just feel like Fluttershy's missing something when I saw her yesterday. Still, I thought.
Twilight chuckled. I'm sure in a few weeks, Fluttershy will be just the same pony we know and love. But the question is what to do about that nightmare. Have you heard of a recurring nightmare before? Rarity looked confused.
Darling, I don't understand.
I mean, the exact same nightmare, over and over, scene for scene.
Well, no.
Nightmares change every time, one way or another. Some features are never the same. Why? Because Fluttershy had the exact same dream last night. The same dream over and over again. And I don't know what to do to help her. Just then, a pink pony's head slowly appeared over the waterline. Eyes narrow with mysterious expression.
You could always ask the princess for assistance. She's bound to help Fluttershy and you, Twilight,
Piggy said, then disappeared under the waterline again. She's been under that water for the past half hour.
How does she do that?
Rarity said, taking your time. Twilight wasn't paying attention to Rarity. She was too busy thinking about what Piggy had just said. Asking the princess, then it hit her.
Of course!
She exclaimed, startling the other unicorn. Fluttershy and I were about to write a letter to the princess about her resistance to fire. But now we can ask her about the nightmare too.
Piggy, if you can hear me, you're a genius!
She jumped out of the bath and was about to run off. She halted to turn to Rarity and said, Sorry, Rarity, gotta go write a letter. Bye! And she was gone, leaving Rarity to wonder what was all that about. Fluttershy woke up, feeling rather refreshed from her sleep. She stayed in bed, though, listening to the birdsong outside, intent on enjoying every last minute of relaxation she could get. Her ears picked up the sound of ponies outside talking and laughing about different things. She sniffed the air, smelling an aroma of soup, she reckoned, coming from downstairs. She got out of bed and tried downstairs to the kitchen, found Spike cooking some soup.
Hey, Spike,
she called.
Is that tomato soup you're making?
Spike turned around and greeted Fluttershy with a smile. Hey, Fluttershy! Yeah, it is. You have good news. I hope you want some, made for you especially. Fluttershy smiled.
Thank you, Spike. Do you like a helping hand?
Spike shook his head. Don't worry, go into the living room and relax. I'll give it to you when it's done. Fluttershy nodded, but she couldn't help feeling disappointed she couldn't exist.
Okay, Spike, if you want any help, I'm just in the living room.
She turned and walked down into the main room, and sat on one of the pillows. She looked out around the room, trying to find a book that caught her eye. Ultimately failing, she started tapping her hoof in a tune, hoping that would pass the time. A few minutes after waiting, but what felt like hours, Twilight came through the door.
Oh, hello, Fireside. I'm surprised to see you awake. To be honest, did you sleep well?
Fireside nodded and smiled.
Oh, yes, very well. Thanks to you and that spell you put on me.
It's nothing, really. Just a nightmare shield spell I learned when I was younger. I had a lot until I learned that spell to help me. She paused and started to sniff the air.
Hey, what's that?
Smells delicious.
It's the tomato soup Spike made for me. I'm sure you made it for a both of us. If you will like some, that is. I love brushing.
Fireside said, going quieter and quieter again. And where do you think Fireside's changed? Twilight thought as he walked into the kitchen. I would love some. I am famished after that trip. Is it ready, Spike? She asked him. Spike took a sip and nodded. Yep, it's done now. Would you like to have some, Twilight? He asked. Twilight nodded. Spike brought 2 bowls, filled them with soup and put them on a tray. Here you go! He said, gave the tray to Twilight. He picked it up with her magic. It took it to the next room.
Say, Fluttershy, since it's a nice day and all, would you like to go outside and have this?
Twilight asked the Pegasus. Fluttershy turned her head and faced the window, and saw Twilight was right. The day was beautiful indeed. A few clouds here and there, but otherwise another clear summer day. So she smiled and faced Twilight.
I would love that.
She got up and followed Twilight to the balcony, bringing 2 pillows so they could lie on the balcony comfortably. Plus, Twilight took the tray the books she could read. The 2 friends sat in silence, gave the birds sinking in the tree, and occasional sip of soup. Fluttershy was smiling as she watched the clouds, trying to make out shapes for them. She blushed when she noticed that one that looked like a mare and a stallion together, but didn't tell Twilight. It was too engrossed in her book to notice anything. Fluttershy's attention turned to a tree about 100 or 2 feet away. Thus she saw movement in it. She strained her eyes slightly to see what it was. The ears picked up their tallest, hoping to hear what it was. An unfamiliar cheeping came from the sound of Twilight's ears. She managed to see what it was. Gathered her excitement, bringing about Twilight's attention.
A creature!
Fluttershy pounced to Twilight.
Those birds are rare. They're supposed to only be in Trottingham, but no one's here. And it's friendly.
She shrieked, dancing for joy. You guys know how this is going to turn out, right? I'm going to say, there's no way that can exist. I'm going to look it up on Google, and it exists. Bing! Oh look, they exist! Twilight was surprised. Couldn't make out anything when she looked at the tree. She noticed her telescope was on the balcony as well. She sat instead. Her jaw dropped. A great tip was jumping about, jumping away and jumping from branch to branch. Twilight took her eye off the scope and looked with her eyes, making out any movement. It was she narrowed her eyes. She looked at Fluttershy, whose head seemed to move with movements with the bird, eyes not even narrow. Twilight looked for her scope again and realized Fluttershy was indeed following the bird's movements. But how? She thought. Why can't I see it with my own eyes? Fluttershy, she faced the Pegasus. How can you see that bird with a naked eye? Yet I have to use a telescope. Fluttershy stopped looking at the bird, and noticed Twilight had been using the telescope to follow the bird. Her smile faded. She knew that saying pigs just have better eyesight was wrong, since all 3 subspecies of ponies have it the same when it comes to eyesight.
I don't know,
was all Fluttershy could say. Hey, it's okay, Fluttershy. Sorry I was being a bit forceful, she apologized. Fluttershy nodded, accepting her apology. Silence filled the air for a bit.
What's happening to me?
She asked the unicorn. I don't know. But do you want to write that letter to Princess Celestia now? Twilight asked.
Yes, if anybody knows what's happening to me, it would be her.
Fluttershy agreed. So Twilight took the plates and the books he was reading, and he headed downstairs. Right, Twilight said as he reached the main floor. Spike was busy erasing some books on the shelves. Spike, take the letter, please, Twilight ordered. Baby Dragon saluted. It jumped off the ladder and took out a scroll and quill, appeared from his back. Twilight coughed and began to word out the letter. Dear Princess Celestia, I write this letter today to ask for assistance and wisdom in a matter that troubles my friend Fluttershy and me greatly. As you know, a dragon attacked Ponyville around a month ago. It was gotten rid of by Fluttershy. That part is true, but I left some out. I'm sorry for not telling you the full truth, but I wanted to ask her permission to write this. You see, Fluttershy technically was killed by the dragon's fiery breath on that day. Once he got back up again, regenerated, and frightened the dragon away. Since then, she had been in a coma-like state, until yesterday when she woke up. We were all thrilled to see her awake and alive again. Of course, but then things for Fluttershy started showing that amazes me and disturbs me at the same time. She could walk on fire without being burned. She walked a fireplace and not a single scratch was placed on her body. Her hearing is greatly superior to any pony I know, as she managed to hear my friend Rainbow Dash crashing to the library before all we could. Her eyesight's improved, able to pick up small creatures and trees a few hundred feet away. And she completely speaks a new language. She taught me some of the languages of the world, studying many more since then, but never have heard these words before. Here are some from Fluttershy. Hey, Dearest Majesty. It also means, hello, Your Majesty. Oh, one last thing. Last night she said she had a terrible nightmare. One that came to her every time she closed her eyes. She claims she watched this Ponyfield burn, my friends and I die, and a great monster of some sort was about to eat her. I don't know what that means, but I'm running out of ideas to help her, and we both seriously need you to help us, guide us about what we're supposed to do. I greatly anticipate your response. Your faithful student, Twilight Sparkle.
And your faithful sister, Fluttershy.
Twilight worded it out without stopping. Did you get all of that, Spike? She asked once he regained breath. Spike nodded, wrapped it up, took to a window and blew on it, burned up and disappeared, on his way to receiver.
So now what do we do?
Fluttershy asked. Twilight smiled and sat down on a pillow. We wait.
We wait?
Yep. Any minute now, Twilight responded. 2 hours later. Twilight was still sitting there, tapping her hub in impatience. While Fluttershy read a book on Pegasi history. Suddenly, Spike's cheeks puffed out, and he looked like he was about to be sick. It belched out a green flame that warped and became a letter, along with a small note delivered by Fluttershy. Finally! Twilight exclaimed. I've never seen her reply so slowly.
Maybe she was too busy to reply at first,
Fluttershy suggested, picking up the note that came with it. She read it, and her eyes widened a bit as she did so.
Twilight, don't read it!
She cried out. Twilight immediately stopped unwrapping the seal and looked at Fluttershy with a blank expression. Why? She asked. Fluttershy pointed at the note.
The note says we need all the girls here first before we can open it. Whatever it must be about must be important if we're all wanted,
Fluttershy said. Twilight still looked confused, but nodded. Very well, I'll get Applejack and Pinky.
I'll get Rainbow and Mary,
Fluttershy offered. With that, the two mares dashed out the door and went in different directions to find their friends. A few minutes later, the main library had 5 ponies, talking excitedly about what the princess wanted with the 6 of them. Also, one pony was standing in front of them all, laying patiently for them to be quiet so she could read it out. Ahem! Twilight called, trying to get their attention. It didn't work. Pinky was making up suggestions about what the princess wanted. Oh! Maybe she needs to plan a party for her! Or maybe we're at war with the Griffins! Or maybe... Her suggestions were cut short by asking Twilight to be quiet. At once, the room went quiet. Twilight opened up her letter. Her eyes widened as she read it first, then read it aloud a second time. Dear Twilight and friends, I would like to extend to you an invitation to a get-together of some associates of the country and some abroad. I hope you all can attend. A private train will be waiting for you at the station to take you to Camelot tonight. Please pack for holiday provisions, as I might ask you to stay a bit longer. I hope to see you soon. Twilight finished the letter and looked around the room. So you could see Rarity had a face of absolute glee at this. Pinky had a disappointed face. Probably, she reckoned, because he didn't organize this gathering. Rainbow and Applejack had the looks of annoyance on them. She knows those two wouldn't like a social gathering at this time like Rarity would, so she understood. Fluttershy's face was one of extreme disappointment. Twilight gave her a sympathetic smile. So Pegasus returned brightly. Oh, this is brilliant! A gathering is one of the finest ponies in Equestria. Oh, I got to go. I cannot have outfits to show off. She jumped and ran out the door, calling, I'll meet you all at the train station. Bye! And with that, she was gone. Applejack sighed. Well, I ain't what I'm used to. All those fancy ponies and frou-frou outfits. But the princess wants us to play there. I won't leave her waiting. I'll meet you all at the station in half an hour. She got up and walked out. Well, might as well. It'll be fun. Now you all will be there and make it better, Rainbow said and walked out the door, flying to the air. Pea followed suit a bit later. Party's a party, I suppose. Just take some balloons for it, though. See you girls at the station, she said and hopped out. With Pinkie gone, Twilight was left on the right side of Fluttershy. Twilight walked up to her and nuzzled her gently. I'm sure the princess will say something when we get there. She reasoned to Fluttershy, seemed to perk up a bit.
Maybe you're right, Twilight,
she said quietly.
We'll do this train station in half an hour, like Applejack said.
Twilight nodded. Fluttershy walked out the door. She broke into a gallop to get home quicker. The entire time running was thinking about where her and her friends were going. The more she thought about it, the less it made perfect sense. The first thing that bugged her was the timing of the invitation. Surely it should have been a few weeks before that invitation should have come, not a night away. Secondly, the train was coming for them tonight, so why does he want them to catch us so soon? I wonder why he couldn't wait until the morning as the sun had set at that point. By the time she and her friends made it to Caroline, it would be late. Moreover, holiday provisions? It sounded like her and her friends would be staying a very long time. Far longer than an overnight trip is necessity to be doing. Another thing was why Twilight or any of the others hadn't noticed it. She lost all thought, though, when she found her nose meeting the door of her house. She stepped backwards. Her eyes wandered about for a moment. She opened the door noisily, startling Angel, who was calmly eating one of his carrots.
Sorry, Angel, kids though. Go see your princess about a party.
She whispered, rushed upstairs. She went under her bed and found her saddlebags, and got out some outfits she wanted to decide on, and had Rarity's opinion on what might be better looking for her. She got some medicine, a book she was fond of, and a blanket that had her cutie mark and 3 butterflies on it, knitted out for her by one of the orphanage carers the day she got her cutie mark. Finally, she rose to her bed table and found a golden medallion, all with her name on it. One of the carers said that she found it when she was abandoned at the front door of the orphanage. Since then, Fluttershy thought about it as a good luck charm, something to make her think what her parents were like. Smiling, she put on the saddlebags and tried down the stairs, checking everything was fine before she set off, then turned to Angel.
I'm sorry, Angel, but I'm leaving for a little while. Take care of the place for me while I'm gone.
She gave him a light kiss on the forehead and walked out the door, closing it behind her. Angel pressed his head and continued eating his carrot. Fluttershy was the last to arrive at the station. Every pony was there, looking cheerful. Pinkie seemed to be back to her normal bouncing self, while Rainbow and Applejack looked a little less glum than they had done when she had last seen them.
I'm sorry if I'm late, girls,
she called as he ran in.
It's all right, Fluttershy, darling. I just got here myself,
Rarity said, then he turned to the train, waiting for them on the platform. She jumped on.
Come in, girls,
she called to the rest. The rest followed suit, and once they were on board, the train was ready to go. With a whistle and a whoosh of steam from the cylinders, the train got on the move. It didn't take long for Fluttershy to notice that they were the only parties on this train. The princess did mention that this is a private train just for us, Fluttershy, Twilight said, with Fluttershy pointing it out to her. Although Fluttershy took this answer, she wasn't completely satisfied yet. 6 ponies went to the far end of the train, and the streets next to the windows. 5 of the ponies sat excited about what this gathering would be like. Fluttershy wondered who else would be invited.
I do hope we meet Foxy Fox again. I learned with the visitors he said to me he would like us to meet us all again.
Well, I think it's nice to be bad about the princess herself to attend this fate, Applejack stated. I'll be certain Blanket won't get there. Fluttershy wasn't paying attention to the conversation at all. Her focus was on the first stars appearing in the night sky, all the while thinking she would happen when they get there. Hey, Fluttershy! A voice broke Fluttershy's line of thought. It turned to see Rainbow just saying next to her. Her voice unusually heavy with concern. You alright? She asked. Fluttershy smiled.
I'm fine, Rainbow.
Rainbow didn't seem convinced. You just seem a bit, well, quiet. Quieter than usual, I mean. And a bit separate, if that's the right word, Rainbow said. Fluttershy could see the point that Rainbow was pointing to her. She did seem to be isolating herself from the rest, just by sitting there by herself, while they all spoke about said chairs near the back.
I'm just thinking, Rainbow. Sorry if I worried you.
Rainbow was intrigued. Oop! Thinking about what?
But why are we going? Is it strange odd that we leave in the early evening rather than hanging out in the morning?
She asked Rainbow. Rainbow paying Pegasus thought about it for a moment. It seemed to her Fluttershy might be right, but she took it in and shook it away. I wouldn't worry about it if I were you, Fluttershy. A certain princess will explain why we left in such a rush. Anyway, what did you bring? Rainbow said, changing the subject.
Oh, I got some medicine, just in case I see an apple that needs attention. I also wear some ponies as well. What about you?
Just the blankets and comics to read to pass the nights. Rainbow paused. Suddenly caught her eye as he looked past Fluttershy. Oh, look! She pointed. Here we are! All eyes of the carriage turned to the right side of the spiraling city of Canterlot, getting bigger in front of them as they closed in. A few minutes later, the train went into the tunnel and started to slow down as it reached Canterlot Station. Piggy was first to notice a Pegasus guard standing on the platform with a saying all their names in his mouth. The train screeched to a stop. Fluttershy grimaced, since the screeching of the brakes hurt her now sensitive ears. The 6 ponies got off the train with their saddlebags and provisions and met the guard. Satisfied that they were the right ponies, he put the sign down. Welcome, girls! I'm here to escort you all to the palace. Princess Celestia waits. Shiny turned around and saw the spy walked off, the 6 ponies following him. Oh, you had to put Shiny armor in there, didn't you? God bless our fingers and back! Go to your room.
Mommy.
I'm sorry. As they walked, they saw the streets were deserted. Not a single pony was outside in the warm summer light. They could see the lights were on, and noises coming from the buildings would seem to be clubs. It wasn't long before they arrived at the palace entrance. The guard gingerly stepped out of the way. The princess will be waiting for you at the top of the stairs. Have a nice evening, he said, and opened the doors. Get a sentry to go through. Once they were all in the door, closed behind them.
Welcome, my little ponies.
A voice called from the top of the staircase. They saw Princess Celestia standing there with a warm, welcoming smile to them. They smiled and respectfully bowed to her as she descended the stairs and greeted them personally. Although she wasn't looking, Fluttershy had the feeling that Celestia's eyes were fixed on her.
Thank you, Princess, for this invite. It would be an honor to attend,
Twilight said, followed by a few thank yous to the princess from the rest.
You're all very welcome. Now these gentle coats will escort you to your lodgings. I'm afraid, however, I'm going to have to separate one of you from the others for a while.
With this, Twilight instinctively stepped forward. But no sooner than she has taken that step did Celestia speak again.
Fluttershy?
That one word where Fluttershy's suspicions realized. She noticed that all the attention was now on her. All of her friends' faces, except Twilight's, were in shock. Gulping, she took a step out of the group and stood in front of her opposing winged unicorn.
Yes, Your Majesty?
She bowed before her. Looking up again, she saw Celestia smiling at her. Found it rather comforting.
Would you please accompany me so we can talk in private?
Celestia asked. Fluttershy nodded, so the princess turned around and gestured to Pegasus to follow. Fluttershy turned her head to see her friends, who were worried about what this could be about. Except Twilight, who smiled encouragingly at her.
It's okay, girls,
she said confidently.
I'll meet you back in the room when I've spoken to the princess.
She caught up with the princess and watched as her friends were led away. They walked up and turned to the left of the private areas of the palace. Fluttershy could hear her heart racing. Every step seemed was an agony, as Celestia hadn't said a word since her frightened her friends.
So,
Fluttershy tried bringing up a conversation.
How's Princess Luna?
Celestia stopped suddenly and turned to face the Pegasus. First, she thought might get in trouble for speaking. And calmed down again when she saw the smile on the princess's face.
She is quite well, thank you, Fluttershy. At the moment, she's touring Equestria and seeing the sights she's missed for 1,000 years.
Celestia turned back in a while, kept walking, Fluttershy following her steps. As they walked, they passed guards, servants, who bowed before Princess and Fluttershy. The vivid Pegasus just squeaked and hid behind her mane, not used to this kind of attention. She turned her gaze to the stained glass windows as she went past, all detailing the great history of Equestria, its wars, its rulers, the moment her friends came together defeating Nightmare Moon. Alongside that one was a picture of their victory over Discord. A memory she wanted to forget, due to the grief she caused on her friends and to Twilight. Eventually, they arrived at a set of doors guarded by 2 unicorn soldiers.
You're relieved of your duties tonight,
the princess ordered. They respectfully bowed and walked away. One turned back around and asked, Would you need anything, Your Highness?
I think a cup of tea would be good, thank you. Would you like one, Fluttershy?
She turned to the Pegasus, who could only nod in response. By now, Fluttershy's nerves were getting to her by this point.
What does the princess want with me?
She wondered.
Is this flawless support you could be from my friends?
Celestia opened the doors and Fluttershy gasped as she realized where she was. The princess's private chambers. Celestia gestured to Fluttershy to enter, and meekly did so. Please, take a cushion to sit on, Celestia said as she walked. Fluttershy thanked her and sat on a cushion with Celestia's kingdom guide.
I'm I'm not in trouble, am I?
She asked. Just wanted to know if she would be alright. Celestia gasped. Of course not, child. If anything, I'm more worried about you, she said, comforting Fluttershy greatly. So, this
It's about the letter Twilight said, isn't it?
Celestia nodded. I'm sorry about the deception I put in there, but I thought you'd be more comfortable if your friends were with you. I know sending you up on a yacht would be damaging on your nerves, my dear.
But was that deception really necessary? You don't mind me asking, that is.
Celestia's smile faded. How would you feel, Fluttershy, if I said that instead that I wanted to see you tonight immediately about this matter? Fluttershy looked away and thought.
I guess,
she answered shakily.
Terrified.
Celestia's motherly smile returned. Then you could see why I did what I did. I hope you and the others will forgive me about it, though.
Oh, I forgive you, Princess. You did for me, and I'm so grateful for it. So every day somehow he does something while thinking of me. I think he will be disappointed, though. Although, I thought there was no gathering of house ponies.
Celestia grinned. Oh, it wasn't that obvious, was it? She asked, followed by a few giggles from both of them. They are interrupted by a knock on the door. Enter. A young unicorn mare, now Fluttershy's age, came in, and levitating a tree tent with sugar cup in the case. Celestia and Fluttershy both thanked the mare, who bowed and left without a word, but a big smile on her face. Her first day here, and she's doing a fine job, Celestia commented.
So, Princess.
Please, Fluttershy, in here. Celestia gestured up around the room. Just call me Celestia, she said with a smile. Fluttershy blinked.
Okay, Celestia, so, can you help me?
She asked with pleading eyes. Celestia smiled sadly, and her eyes looked away from her. I have lived, Fluttershy, for over 3,000 years. I've seen my country torn by war, chaos, and the threat of eternal night. I've read and seen many languages now from the bygone age. She paused, leaning Fluttershy on the edge of her pillow. Leaning at such an angle as she leaned any more, she would fall flat on her face. I have never seen or heard anything that was described by you or Twilight. I have looked through these books and my memories, but not a single word you said has come up, nor has there been any signs about what happened to you in historical records, or some close researchers have found. Fluttershy's ears went down, seemed visibly slumped. She and Twilight were sure the princess would know. She was positive they would have their answer by next Tuesday. Then they could laugh about it, it would be a memory. But now she was completely unsure. There is one who might know, however, Celestia said. Fluttershy's ears perked up again, and a wide smile appeared on her face.
Really?
She squeaked. I think so. His name is Firewing, a Pegasus. He was quite young when he spoke words of wisdom beyond his years. He taught geography, history, and medicine at the school for gifted unicorns. He sure put a few scholars at school in a huff when he corrected them on some moments of the Great War. Once he was found to be right about it a couple of days later.
Brilliant,
Fluttershy thought.
Somehow he might know my ailment. Where is he so I can see him tomorrow?
Well, first Fluttershy, let's have a family get together. Ow! Would you mind holding back the spoilers? Wait, oh yeah, that's right. Most of you guys haven't read this story yet, so you don't know that he's her No! Let's let the audience figure it out. Fine! It's not like they probably already guessed if they read my stories. Celestia's smile faded. I'm afraid he disappeared one night without a trace. His window was left open and many of his maps were missing. It seemed that he just got up and flew away. Fluttershy now felt more lost than ever.
Is there anything he left behind?
She asked. The princess thought for a moment. There was a bag he had forgotten in his haste. Inside were a few scrolls in a book. He seemed like a diary to me. She responded. Fluttershy's face lit up as an idea came to her. It was a long shot, but it might have a clue to where he might have gone.
What happened to them?
They were placed in the equestrian archives, below the library, just in case he wanted to return for them. Why?
I just think there might be a clue in those scrolls. Look where he might have gone.
Fluttershy said.
I'd like to see if I can find him. He says he's as good as it sounds. You might be able to help me.
Celestia thought about this for a moment. Making Fluttershy wondered whether she would agree to this. Instantly, Celestia got up, moved to one of the cupboards and brought out a bracelet. It was brown, with a golden unicorn head on its face. For magic, Celestia fastened it to Fluttershy's left leg and tightened the strap till it was comfortable enough. The archives are accessible only to a few ponies, myself included. So with this bracelet, I grant you permission to gain access to the archives.
Thank you, Celestia. But where are the archives?
Celestia chuckled at something. The archives are at the Canterlot Library. As for that, I'm sure Twilight will point you in the right direction. It was like a third home to her. First I smiled.
That does sound like Twilight,
she thought.
Thank you for helping me, Celestia.
Celestia nodded her head. You're very welcome. We will discuss more about this tomorrow, I think. When you come back and have told me what you have found. But now you must be tired. Come! I'll take you to Twilight and the others. She stood up and led the Pegasus out the door through the palace. It was a long walk from the princess' chambers to the tower. So when they arrived, it was completely dark, and the moon was coming towards the highest point. First I looked up and noticed the rather long climb that she had to do. Good luck, Fluttershy, my dear. I do hope you find something. Remember to report to me on what you found so I can help you, Celestia said, then turned away.
Thank you, Princess.
First I called out, before the princess disappeared into the dark. Even though she wanted to use her wings, she felt too tired to do that. She regrettably had to walk up the long flight of stairs. When she arrived at the front door, she took a deep breath and braced herself for the torrent of questions that were about to be thrown her way. She opened the door to see her 5 friends sitting around the table playing blackjack, or so it seemed.
Seriously, Twilight, I can't believe you've never, ever played blackjack before,
Rarity said, before when she looked up from her cards. I didn't have time for card games back then, Rarity.
Yeah, you're too busy doing egg-headed things like reading and reading, and for a change of pace, more reading,
Rainbow teased.
Ha ha, very funny, Rainbow,
Twilight scolded.
I just want to say,
this is probably the first fic I've read in years and upon years where blackjack was a game. Everybody else does poker or go fish.
Hi, girls,
Fluttershy said, getting all their attention. She was not as a couple, but a torrent of questions from all 5 of her friends, wanting to know what happened, what she and the princesses talked about, what the princess wanted.
Quiet!
She screamed at the top of her lungs. The room stood silent as they looked at her in shock and amazement. She sighed her way.
Oh, I'm sorry if I was a bit harsh. I'll tell you what you want to know.
Fluttershy proceeded to tell them about her talk with the princess. Rarity groaned and pouted when told that there wasn't going to be a gathering of high-ranking ponies, whereas Applejack and Rainbow breathed a sigh of relief. She told them about Pegasus who could help her find out what was wrong with her, and maybe put her right. She told them about how he flew off one night, and the only things that could help her discover where he went were a book of scrolls.
During the archives, Celestia told me it's in the library, so I'm heading there tomorrow.
Fluttershy finished. Twilight's ears perked up at the word library, and a great smile appeared on her lips when Fluttershy said tomorrow. She squealed with happiness.
Oh, this is brilliant! I can take you there since you don't know where it is. So I can show you. Let me go all studies out, and then we can go to the archives, and then we could...
She continued to walk bother away about what he could do, and proceeded to hop around the room in excitement.
Twilight,
Fluttershy said. Twilight stopped hopping and stood in front of her, wide, teary eyes.
I'm glad you're willing to show me where the library is.
Fluttershy turned her head towards the others.
Are you all going to come?
The others had sad smiles on their faces.
I'm sorry, Flares, but we all decided to explore the town while we're here. So much to do and see here. Well, you know, it's a library. Seeing you Twilight be fine,
Rainbow said. There was neither heads their agreement. Fluttershy smiled.
Oh, that's okay. I understand.
She let out a long yawn.
Excuse me, I gotta go to sleep.
Applejack looked at the time. Well, shoot! Let's get some shut-eye sales for start early tomorrow. The others reluctantly agreed and went to their separate beds. Twilight waited until Fluttershy was in bed, uncomfortable before the nighttime sailed on her. What do you think we'll find here tomorrow, Fluttershy? Fluttershy tried.
I don't know, but we'll find out tomorrow. Good night.
Xena closed her eyes, and Twilight cast a spell on her. Once Fluttershy was fast asleep, Twilight went to her bed and went to sleep, not stopping to think about what might happen tomorrow.